you don't do it because you're not feeling tired or you're not feeling fearful anymore. You do it despite you feeling tired and you're feeling fearful, and that is courage. Even if you're cracking inside, you're crying inside, get up.
Okay, Dr. Chee, we are coming towards the end of the podcast. But before we end, we have a final segment, which I named Dr. Chee's Reflections and Resilience. So I'm going to ask you 11 questions, quick fire questions, to hopefully give the viewers some insights into your resilience and tenacity. Okay, you have about 30 seconds max to answer each question.
I am very bad at this, to let you know. For me,
if you go a little bit beyond 30 seconds, it's fine. Okay, you ready?
I'll try.
What does resilience mean to you?
Being able to get up every time you fall, and then to be able to become even more robust in what you want to achieve, in your attitude.
You share one quote or mantra that has kept you strong in your toughest times.
That's the hackneyed phrase, right? Of that which doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So.
Okay. How can we build resilience in youth?
Give them the tools that they need to discover themselves and not constantly knock them over the heads that they must do well in their exams.
You met your wife at the University of Georgia, where you encouraged her to pursue a PhD by saying you got to have dreams in life. And she wrote that it was cliché but effective. Why is it important to dream?
To continue to hope, to have things to look forward to, and even though you may not achieve your ideal, your dream, so to speak, you nevertheless need something to continue to propel you forward.
When was the last time you teared?
Oh, that's not too hard, because just last week my mother passed away. It was a lot harder to take than I, had intellectualized it, but there's these raw moments when you see her in the coffin, and that was really hard to take.
You've been quoted to say that adverse conditions make good teachers. Why do you say that?
Again, you look back in your own lives, the most painful moments are always the ones that you remember best, and the ones that you're just having frivolous fun. That's not what you remember the most, isn't it? But the one thing that you must not allow is that have these adverse events scar you and prevent you from going forward. Like fire, they're good servants, but they're terrible, terrible masters. So don't ever let that become your somebody that controls you, and something that keeps you from going forward.
Sure. Your advice for people who are facing bullying or discrimination?
You've got to be able to stand up and shout back at them and say, you're not going to defeat me. And if I have to take my last breath to tell you that you will not get the better of me, I will do it. And if you know bullies, they tend to feed off fear, and when you retreat, so you stand up to them and you push forward, and you will see them back off.
Okay. Do you have any words of encouragement for people who might be facing a mental health condition or going through a challenging period in their lives?
There's always something out there. There's always someone out there whom you've not found yet, that must excite you, that must give you encouragement to want to go on. And whether it's an event, whether it's your life partner, or even a friend, you want to go and you want to discover it. Because if you don't, and you stop short, you may be selling yourself short and not really being able to experience something that could be very wondrous. So keep on keeping on.
Recently, you fought a very long and tough campaign, which you narrowly lost out. And in the reaction interview, I could see that for the first time, right, your voice was shaky and I could feel the pain and disappointment. 1 week later, less than a week later, you were on your feet serving residents. How? How do you find the strength to do it?
You know, this is one of those questions which sometimes, as long as I've thought about it and tried to analyze it, I cannot give you a good answer in that sense of how do I do this? It's just, I know that at those points I feel very dejected, sometimes even demoralized. But you tell yourself, if you must, sit down, rest for a while. But at some point you've got to get up again, and you've got to not let it get the better of you, and then you begin to wallow in self-pity and feeling very sorry for yourself. But you must also know that there are other people who depend on you as well. So you get up and you say, hey, I'm going to do this, even if as painful as things are, even as tired as I am. But just make sure that, hey, you screw up enough gumption and courage to move ahead. And you don't do it because you're not feeling tired or you're not feeling fearful anymore. You do it despite you feeling tired and you're feeling fearful, and that is courage. Not because it's absence of fear, but despite of what you're feeling, even if you're cracking inside, you're crying inside, get up. Nobody wants to look at somebody who's always down and out. But people derive courage by looking at you as well. And if you can actually show people how you move forward, then hey, that's one better thing that you can do in life, isn't it?
Right. So last question, why do you do what you do?
You know, you live life once. And if you look at it, you know, modern humans came about 100 to 100,000 years ago. Right? And evolution just allows us to live more than maximum now, say 100 years now. And after that, you go into non-existence again, right? If you don't believe in the afterlife. So you're here for that one brief moment in history. What are you going to do about it? Right? Are you just going to be here to say, I'm going to look after myself, just take care of, me and mine? Or do you want to leave a mark and better the lot around you, at least to whatever extent that you can, bring joy to people whom you come across with, influence them, make life better for them as well. And not just your family, but, your peers, your family, society in large. And what you leave behind, I think it's more important than what you go on from day to day without really thinking about tomorrow.
On behalf of your supporters and from my heart, thank you, Dr. Chee, for joining us today. It's been an absolute pleasure to host you. I will treasure this for a long time.
Thank you so much for this afternoon.
And I wish you and your family all the best. We have come to the end of this podcast. Do you have any last messages you want to share with the audience?
I think I better stop while I'm ahead. Otherwise, I might say something really goofy and my kids will be there and say, oh no, Papa, not again. Okay. So thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Sure. All right, we've come to the end. If you did enjoy it, do subscribe for future episodes. With that, stay healthy, stay resilient, and we'll see you all next time. All right, bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.